Well, we're going to make this part 2. Kind of felt bad doing it the first time, or the first segment, of leaving you at the end and saying, well, this is what you do, and then you just throw coal on. So I'm going to give you kind of a little primer tutorial and throwing some coal on here. See the buckets on the left, these are plastic handles. So there's about 2 days worth there. Now when we're talking about bringing coal into the house, a lot of different ways to do it. You can take just a handful or a bucket full. I like to bring in these buckets. I've got several different buckets, like the second one from the right. So usually ones I like to bring in. There's like the little 3-gallon one on the right and about the 5-6 gallon one on the left. But it all depends on how much you want to carry in. Each one gets heavier the bigger they get. So if you get like the second one there, the square ones, you store a little bit behind the stove. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But you can get these at Walmart or some grocery stores or some of the big stores. Just go to the bakery department and ask them if they have any white buckets they want to get rid of. Got these, they're for free. You can get them at, like I said, the bakery, and at Walmart they wash them out for you. So you bring home free buckets for carrying in the coal. And then you bring 3 or 4 buckets in to last a couple days. This one that's full now will last a good night. Maybe it'll last a good night. So you bring in 3 or 4 of them. You only have to do it a couple times a week. Put this one on the scale just to give you an idea. Full bucket like this weighs about 23 pounds, 25 pounds. So figured out how long it's going to last. 25 pounds of coal per bucket per night. Another thing to consider is the handles. The ones on the left are metal with plastic grips, and the ones on the right are plastic. But that which is cheap is good and what is free is excellent. So sometimes you just can't get fussy. And over on the right you see the newspapers, etc. One thing you'll notice in the inside of the box, I've used some fires a couple times and I've got some ashes on the bottom. It seems to work a lot better when there's some kind of maybe quarter, half-inch of ashes on the bottom as far as starting the fire and getting it to flow. When it's kind of cold and just have a really clean box, it seems to be harder to start and it just doesn't want to work right. So leave yourself some ashes on the bottom. Also, I forgot to mention last time, the bottom and the 3 sides have fire brick on them. It's a half-inch fire brick, or I'm sorry, an inch fire brick, and it gives it the ability to handle greater temperatures. The top is steel, a quarter-inch steel, and then the front and the door don't have the fire brick on it, but that's where the air is coming in, and so it's not going to need as much as it would going back. And then also throw in a couple temperature shots and give you a little orientation that way. Can't romanticize things and just take a match and light a fire. There's also maintenance that goes with it. Got to have an ash bucket, a little shovel, use a crowbar as a poker, and then some extra kindling or whatever comes off the cedar in this case. But the fire's all set and ready to go. But you have to clean it up. You usually empty the bucket. It'll get with the coal that we use, it's probably the cleanest in the country, but as far as I know. And I can fill up the bottom of the grate there. It just comes close to the bottom of it on the sides. Got to kind of scrape it a little bit and keep the center flowing well. And I empty it about once a week. Another thing that's going to change is the dynamics of the airflow. Before, with the wood, we've got it coming through the nose, the vent coming in straight and going out the top in kind of a rocket stove situation. It's going to change a little bit because it's going to have the air coming through the bottom and coming up from the bottom through the coals to preheat the coal, and to where it's going to actually, you'll see as I build it, I want it to set up to where it falls into itself and is basically self-feeding. So all night I don't have to come out here and stir it up and mess it up and keep playing with it and poking it. I want to design it to where it'll fall into itself and feed itself and to where we'll have some good coals in the morning, that if we need to start a fire, we'll have a fire in the morning. Now we've just got a good regular room heating fire. This will go good for another hour yet before we get ready for the coal. Okay, now we've got a bed of coals that are doing pretty good. I've opened the vent on the top, or on the base here, and up in the top so it'll flow through and we won't get a lot of smoke coming out. And right now, in the back there, it's too high, which means it's over 1,000 degrees. And right here, about 400, about 500 degrees. I take the coals, break them all to the center, and take them, it's about a fist size piece of coal. Get them in the back first. Work my way forward, coming around the sides, because we want to design this, or set it up, where overnight it will fall into itself. And stack it up. Now we get it full and ready for the night. You see the embers are doing pretty good and started to burn in the back. It should burn, obviously, most of the night. And we'll see how many coals we've got in the morning, so that if we wanted to start a fire in the morning, all they do is put some more wood on and it just keeps burning. So we'll take a look tomorrow. Let's see how good it did about keeping the place warm last night. Start here at 60 and see when the thermostat comes on. '83. I think it did a pretty good job. Well, let's see how we did. Door front's 167. Here's about 230 there. So it's cooled down. Let's see if we've got any coals. Yep. I don't know if you can see it real well, but if you look in there and you see the walls are white, which means they've burned off all the coal or any charcoal or anything carboned up from the burning of wood, and it got hot enough to really sterilize this thing. Now we just take this, stir it all up. See the red hot coals in the back. All we'd have to do is get the coals to the center, put on some more tinder, stack on some wood, and we'll be good to go. The next fire started. It works. Don't forget to subscribe, send in a few likes, and ring that bell for the next time. Thanks for watching.